it's nothing but communication. So it could be two-way, or it could be one way. It could be to many people. It could be one person. That is different. But then what you're potentially doing is you're communicating, and that communication could be written. You're sending. It could be through demos, workshops. You can be writing a document. You can create a mock-up, a sketch. You can send a chat. You can have a discussion forum, engage them in a forum, and then talk to multiple people. It can be one-to-one meeting or with many people in the same meeting room. You can create models, prototypes. You can have workshops, chat sessions, one-to-one interactions. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, all of these are basically the way you're trying to communicate with the respective stakeholders. So to assess what is required to be communicated to what level, you would need to then identify based on what we have already done. If they belong to, for example, they've got high power, high interest, then obviously you need to determine how would you need to communicate with those people who have got the high power, high interest, right? So that's, you need to keep them engaged. So what are the communication goals, which means that you need to really identify that they need to be perhaps informed on a day-to-day basis or a weekly basis what's happening, and what communication channels are effective. Because of the fact that they're high level, they're high position, very senior position, they've got these things, they've got some availability like this, but then because they're busy, so all those things would come into picture. It's not a one size fits all. You need to actually make it context sensitive and try and look at it from the point of view of the specific context in which you're working. It could also be personal. Some people might are more comfortable reading lots of pages of documents. Some people say, don't give me any report more than a page. All I need is a one pager. Some senior managers would say. I've worked with both these kind of people. So you need to work it out as to what is best to make the communication effective, right? How frequently is it? Monthly, weekly, daily? And identify the stakeholders. This is what we did, right? With the stakeholder wheel, internal and external stakeholders. What needs to be sent and what needs to be communicated? Is it the project status? Do they have, again, some people want a lot of details. They're not happy just with saying that, okay, we have got an overrun of 5%. They say, why is the overrun happening? Because of two people not available. Why are the people not available? One is sick, one is has resigned. Why has the person resigned? Is he not happy? How can we make sure that the existing people are happy? So all these questions come in. For some people, we need to give all of them in the report. Some people are happy just with saying that, okay, we've got a 5% variance, we'll cover it up later. So they're not worried about how you're going to tackle, but they're worried about, yes, you have got enough confidence and enough trust in you that you can take decisions to cover that 5% deficiency or variance, right? So that's the approach that you can potentially have. And how to gather stakeholders' feedback. So some people are happy to tell you on the face. In fact, most of the senior stakeholders, they say, no, it's not good. I don't like it. Just cut it. I think this is too much. Or they would say that, okay, I'll send you an email, but then they'll just send an email saying that it's good. No, this is not good. So they don't give you detailed feedback in the email. So perhaps it's then good to have a quick chat with you or call with them quickly, about 5 minutes, and then say, okay, what do you have in your mind? Can you please run me through so I can take the points down? So depending on the person again, and depending on the context, you would need to understand what are the expected benefits to be achieved, determine the role of leaders and communication plan. How do they pan it out in terms of the plan? Do they continue this, or is it just one-off? Do they want to be informed about this for the whole life cycle of the project? Is it just about the initial phases? So all these things you need to understand from them. And how are you making sure that you're actually kind of effective in your communication? So you ask them, are you happy with the communication? So you just try and get a feeler from them. Is everything okay with the way we are doing the communication, or do you think we should have more meetings or less meetings, fewer meetings? So all of those things, right? So we can